Have you noticed how some of the characters in Lost crop up in each other's flashbacks? Like, Sawyer's in the same police station as Boone.
How come nobody wants to hear my side of the story, huh?
Or that Hurley owns the packaging company that Lot works for.
A box company?
They make boxes.
Are we gonna find out that the characters are connected somehow? That they all got on the plane and ended up on that island for a reason?
This is what must happen.
Here's a look at why each of the characters got on the plane and how they might be all part of some big master plan.
I think each of the characters, at some point in the flashbacks, are going to have met. Not everyone, but there will be a definite chain between them all.
You always want to keep an eye on what's going on in the background or who the supporting characters are in a given episode, because they may resurface in other episodes, or they might be one of us. So there's a scene where there's a television set on in the background, and my face will pop up. Stuff to look out for.
I love the way that the characters are all interlinked, and one of my favourite ones was where Sawyer has this really long conversation in this dingy little bar with Jack's dad.
Don't beat yourself up about it. It's fate. Some people are just supposed to suffer.
It's brilliant, the way that they're all brought together by this fate.
Your daddy. He a doctor too?
I think Jack's backstory is by far the best, because it's about his tortured relationship with his dad, where he's betrayed his dad, and it's got all the great tension of a great sort of emotional wrench in it.
Are you lecturing me? You tell me, if you were upstairs and I was in a restaurant having lunch, then why did they call me?
We just started going through the list of who's got an issue with his father on this island, and there's quite a few. And there's some that we don't know yet, but, you know, we're waiting to see if that's going to be revealed as it comes along.
Who are you?
I'm your father. I come to bring you home with me.
I'm not going anywhere with you.
I think the audience really enjoys the human drama, and then the supernatural is just extra. It's like a little gravy. And so I think that's the real meat of our piece, the human drama.
진수야.
죄송해요, 아버지.
괜찮다. 괜찮아.
One of the reasons that it works is because it starts at a point where a plane fell out of the sky. And from that point, it goes forward and it goes backwards. And things are being revealed in both directions. And one thing tells about the other thing.
When I first read in the script that he was in a wheelchair, I actually yelled out loud, like, "Oh my God!"
It's important because it's a brilliant, brilliant twist to throw in a show. And it says so much about the island again. It's like, hang on a minute, the island has cured a cripple. You know, it's made a lame man walk.
He thought he was going to find his destiny elsewhere, and he ended up in this place. And it's beginning to dawn on him that he's supposed to be in this place.
You believe in that? Luck?
I believe in a lot of things.
Claire's backstory is quite interesting because initially it starts off as a pretty normal story, but then all of a sudden she decides to go to a psychic. And then the psychic comes out with some crazy stuff, like you must leave and you must go to California.
I can't go tomorrow. I have to get my...
It has to be this flight. It can't be any other. They're already scheduled to meet you when you arrive. Flight 8:15. Flight 8:15.
Did he send her on the plane because he knew the plane was going to crash, and so therefore it would force her to have to bring up the baby herself? Or did he send her on the plane because he knew the plane was going to crash and he hoped that the pair of them would die?
It looks like a normal drama, but there's this kind of spiritual, clairvoyant, mystical, not quite with it vibe running all the way through it, which is totally believable and you totally buy into.